right, guys. So today the topic is going to be modern homeopathy is fake. Okay. So what do we mean by modern homeopathy? Modern homeopathy is sometimes called progressive homeopathy or non-classical homeopathy, or if you go to a homeopath and they say that they have a groundbreaking new method which they introduced to homeopathy and all that, then that is also, modern homeopathy, or it's very esoteric, like using star signs or using magic or whatever. All these are non-standard forms of homeopathy, and its practitioners would say that they're like progressive or modern, and they've reformed the old-fashioned and obsolete way that homeopathy started, like in the 19th century, 18th, 19th centuries, and so I'm telling you right now that all of these things are fake. Okay, so that might be very surprising, shocking. Uh, but I don't know if you're aware that we are actually living in the age of grifters and cults. If you just look at Scientology, that's the OG cult, or anything like that. Um, but it's like it's gotten out of control, right? We were getting grifters. Like, the internet is full of grifters. Everybody's lying to you, basically. Most people. And it's like cults all over the place. Everybody is leading a cult and trying to fleece the cult members and just steal their money. And so, if we're living in a world like that, what do you expect to happen when you go and request a service like homeopathy, which and it cannot be verified? The person it's giving it to you cannot be verified of being a standardized professional, or also, obviously, remedies cannot be verified in the way that traditional remedies can be verified. Sometimes it's a little subjective, right? We don't give pharmaceutical grade remedies. We give energetic remedies. So it's kind of subjective sometimes. So the result of a prescription cannot be verified that much, cannot be, well, it could be, but it's absolutely cannot be in this world. So what do you expect from a service? You get a service from somebody who cannot be regulated, a service which is not controlled. Anybody can say whatever they want. So in homeopathy, there's no global governance of the science. Anybody can say whatever they want. So what do you think is going to happen in this day and age when we have all these cults and grifters, and we have a science like homeopathy where anybody can say whatever they want, right? Of course, it's what's going to happen is that all the grifters are going to come out of the woodwork and just start spouting, snake oil stuff. Like, we reformed homeopathy. Here's the new homeopathy. Just, come to my clinic. We have the best homeopathy because we uncovered the secrets of homeopathy, which is like, have never been heard before. So that's what you get in homeopathy. Okay, so there are many, many, many grifters in homeopathy, and if you're looking for scientific homeopathy, you need to go to someone who is a classical homeopath, And like me, you can come to me, but you don't have to come to me. I'm just telling you that you need to find somebody who does classical homeopathy, and then you can be assured. Well, you can't be assured, but it's more likely that they are doing a form of homeopathy which is not fake. Okay. And, there are so many, I could give you so many examples of this. Like, so many examples, but if we could just randomly pick one, it's like this is like at the top of the search results. Like Banerjee's advanced homeopathy protocols, complete bullshit. And 9 out of 10 homeopaths who you might visit is gonna be involved in this shit. Okay, so it's like it's actually pretty pathetic. What is advanced homeopathy? It's a new technique of homeopathy treatment developed by Dr. Parimal Banerjee over a period of more than 45 years of research covering clinical observations of about 14 million patients. So that's very interesting. 14 million patients. How many patients do you need to see in an hour to get 14 million? That's very interesting. His system has been internationally adopted by hundreds of leading homeopaths. So that's what I'm saying. Every homeopath and their mother is adopting the grifter called homeopathy just to make a buck, to get in on the grift, and then get their cut. And that is what's happening. Those who have adopted this technique have significantly improved the efficacy of their practice and consequently the popularity of their practice too. Approach strategy for each disease state. Selection of medicine. Advanced homeopathy has already identified a manageable number of medicines that are used in 95% of the cases. However, the medicines are potency specific. So basically, what they're doing is saying that they don't like classical homeopathy where you extensively analyze a patient for hours. And instead, they want to throw that out the window, and they're saying that we have identified protocols. So what you need to do is when the patient comes in, or you go to a homeopath who is involved in this bullshit, we just look at this table of protocols, and then we cross-reference the table, and we find a remedy in 3 minutes, 30 seconds, okay? And then the classical, scientific homeopaths who analyze cases for hours and hours and hours are doing it wrong, and we are doing it right, okay? So what do you think about this? Do you think this is a grift or not? And I could give you like example after example of this. If you want to study homeopathy, you type in homeopathy course and you get stuff like this, right? College of Practical Homeopathy. What does that mean? That means like, they do this protocol stuff, which just means we're not going to analyze the patient. That's what it means, all right? And they do like the Narayani remedies stuff. I don't know if you've heard of this or not, guys, but Narayani remedies are like taking a bottle and then mixing like 30 remedies together and putting it into a bottle and then giving it to a patient, which is absolute nonsense. If you think about it, there is no reason why that would work or why that would be effective or why anybody want to do that. Homeopathy or any of the any other alternative medicine is not about quantity, right? Just jamming as much crap as you can into a patient. It's not about that. It's about finding the right frequency. It's about finding less is more, right? Quality over quantity. You want to find the one remedy which is gonna revitalize someone, which is someone is most sensitive to, right? But it's not just in homeopathy, like herbalism or anything like that. I don't think that's about giving as many remedies as you can at the same time, just in hopes of getting some kind of reaction out of the patient. So that's what you're gonna get, right? If you search for College of Practical Homeopathy, and I could give you example after example, but I think that was enough. So just remember, it's all fake, and try to find a classical homeopath. Thanks for listening.